This story is written by journalist Kathy Bedell and protected under copyright. It is published here using text-to-speech AI technologies with permission. Images used are from a private collection and cannot be used without express written consent.
No doubt. You've seen his house at 810 Harrison Avenue. It sits between Leadville City Hall and the downtown firehouse. Maybe you've even stopped during a stroll down Main Street to read the sign. Meet Cosmos. He is the holy man who can often be seen taking in the afternoon sun on his front porch. This Bulgarian native, whose formal name is Artin Panosian, has been a mainstay on historic Harrison Avenue for more than 37 years. It was August 8th, 1988 when Cosmos arrived in America's highest city. Like many, he came for the fresh mountain air, for the health benefits. He also considers Leadville to be one of the most special, most spiritual places on Earth. So it didn't take long for Cosmos to be considered Leadville's guru, its unofficial holy man. It also didn't take long for Cosmos to understand when the stars and the numbers were aligned. So when he saw the 1888 Victorian had an asking price of $88,000, he knew that was to be his new home. So on August 8th, 88, the living god Cosmos bought an 1888 Victorian on the avenue for $88,000. "I want to buy that house," he announced in his thick Bulgarian accent to Lake County realtor Larry Anderson. Now remember, this was Leadville 1988, and the local real estate market had a wide array of homes and commercial properties to choose from. Some people had simply walked away after experiencing the most recent mining bust, brought on by the closure of the Climax mine. "But it has to be today," he stated, and placing his well-worn, overstuffed backpack onto Anderson's desk, Cosmos added, "And I pay cash." Of course, in those days, late 1980s, most realtors were just glad to see a buyer walk in the door, but one that had a satchel filled with cash. Well, that was something else altogether. Could that story be true, I wondered? Did Cosmos come to Leadville on August 8th, 88 and buy an 1888 Victorian for $88,000 in cash?
Okay. It is 8888 now 2024.
But before he was Cosmos, he had an entirely different life, traveling across the globe as the world's greatest mystic. Back in the late 1970s, he went by the name Manson and was big on the New York City scene. As a pop culture icon, Manson made several appearances on Daytime's The Mike Douglas Show, as well as The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Yes, Cosmos of Leadville could be seen hanging out with Danny Thomas, Bob Hope, Tony Orlando, and even the greatest heavyweight boxer Muhammad Ali, all while promoting his book, The Key to Mastering Life. And Manson, as he was known back then, came with a certain street cred that propelled his metaphysics message into the forefront of the day's conversations. In 1974, he was declared the world champion and record holder for breath control and strength in Belgrade. 1 year later, in 1975 in Vienna, Austria, he was crowned the world's champion and record holder for fire mastery. In 1978, Manson was declared the world record holder and champion for control of pain in New York City as he demonstrated on a bed of nails. He also gave guided tours of Manhattan and was known as the guru of Central Park. But then, one day back in 1988, he became Leadville's guru and took on a new name, Cosmos. It's true. Cosmos eventually confirmed the facts I had stitched together over the years. The bank had to stay open late so that they could run it through the machine, he explained, referring to the cash counting apparatus that processed his backpack of bills. I always felt like the tale was true. It's such a quintessential Leadville story, and one more reason to celebrate our dear friend and spiritual advisor every August 8th. It's Cosmos Day.
Is there anything you need?
I'm okay, man.
Okay, well.
I'm content.
Yeah?
This story is written by journalist Kathy Bedell and protected under copyright. It is published here using text-to-speech AI technologies with permission. Images used are from a private collection and cannot be used without express written consent. Contact grpkin@gmail.com for more information. Thank you